Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for February. I hope everybody's doing really great. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Pisces out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Pisces, we're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at February week by week all the way to the end of February. So if these events aren't occurring right now, they could very well occur in the next few weeks. Spirit, what would you like Pisces to know for February? Pisces. All right, so Pisces, you are starting out with the Two of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, something here has ended. You weren't on the same page with somebody. This could have been a soulmate. I feel like somebody got cut out. I don't know if it was you or the other person, but we shall see. Let's see what happened in the past. Show me what happened in the past between Pisces in this situation. Page of Swords in the reverse. There was something here you were unaware of. You could have had somebody here that was very immature. This is somebody who may not have been telling you the truth, or they could have been directly lying or lying by omission. Some of you also may have had somebody new in your energy, and that's what has ended. That may be what you have cut out. So let me see. Show me the underlying energy. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so some of you definitely had a choice between two people. You may have decided to cut out somebody who was in the past. You may feel like that person is angry with you. You may have cut them out because there were things that you didn't, that they weren't telling you, or that wasn't being completely honest. It doesn't have to be, though. Regardless, some of you did have a choice between two. And you did not choose the new person. Others of you, what I'm seeing here is that there has been an ending because someone has been cut out. I definitely feel that that ending was very dramatic, and it does look like a soulmate connection. Let me see. You may not have been talking to this person. Show me what's on Pisces' mind. The Ten of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you're unhappy about this situation. Now, coming in February, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. You could be going into February feeling like a lot of people want something from you. It's going to cause a sense of imbalance. Be very careful with your finances in particular, because I do see an imbalance in your finances, and it's based upon, it's like so many people are trying to claw that money from you. But there's also a sense here of feeling a bit unbalanced, because of this situation here. So let me see how you're showing up, Pisces. Ten of Swords in the reverse. You want to repair damage that's been done. You want to heal. There's a sense of betrayal that's here, and I feel like you're wanting to heal something. There was a very painful ending, and you're showing up as wanting healing. Possibly of the situation, but definitely for yourself. Let's see the energy coming towards you. All right, the energy coming towards you is the Page of Cups. This is somebody new, or it could be somebody offering an apology. Spirit's advice, we have the King of Swords. Spirit is saying communicate very clearly and very honestly. That is a very important. There's something to do about communication, honest, clear communication. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of February. Show me the outcome, please, for Pisces at the end of February. Four of Cups in the reverse. So there could be a renewal of something here by the end of February. I do feel like somebody that you may have either thought things were over and done. You've kind of come to terms with the past. I see love coming in for you, but it's only after you come to terms with something here from the past. Now, in the bottom of the deck, we have the World in reverse. So what that tells me, Pisces, as an underlying energy, is that there's something here that is incomplete. It looks like it's revolving around a partnership or a love connection. So there's a cycle that hasn't completely closed out. So let's clarify. Spirit-wise, the Two of Cups here. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. So you may have a stable new beginning with somebody that you had an ending with. Let me see why the Queen of Swords is here in reverse. This would be somebody that you definitely were not on the same page with. And I feel like, you know, somebody got cut out, and I feel like now everything, there's this energy of talking things through, honest, clear communication. Queen of Wands. For some of you, there definitely were more than one person involved in the situation, and you cut out someone else in order to move towards your passion, what you felt very passionate towards. And I do see a stable new beginning here. So it looks like you likely cut out a past person. If you had the choice between two, you likely cut out a past person in order to come together and have a stable new beginning with a soulmate that you may have had an ending with previously. So let me see the past. Why is this Page of Swords in reverse? Yeah, the Nine of Coins. So yeah, you're showing here as being strong, independent, somebody who is, this is like the, it's like the pretty Empress. It's like the Empress in the lower arcana. So you're showing up here as being somebody very strong, very self-sufficient, somebody who is highly spiritual, most likely, someone who handles their own finances and does very well with it. You could currently have some money coming in as well, which will help you if you are going into February feeling like you are, you know, having to pay off a lot of people, a lot of creditors or whatever. If so, it's because you're showing up here with this energy of being very proactive. Now, with regard to relationship, I do see that, yeah, there was an ending here. For some of you with someone new. For others of you, you were single here in the recent past. But regardless, something stable here is beginning. Let me see why the Lovers is in reverse. Yeah, Page of Wands. Page of Wands. So I feel like, you know, there's a brand new beginning. Page of Wands is about, you know, you have all this wand energy. It's about passion. It's about something brand new. Having made a decision, if you did have a choice between two, and moving towards what you're passionate about. It's a passionate new beginning, but it does also appear to be stable. Now, for some of you, it may not have been a choice between two, but it would show a new beginning that was sparked through conversation, and it's going to lead to a very big decision with regard to love. Now, let's see what's on your mind. We have the Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, so yeah, you're looking at this and you're saying, I've been very unhappy. And now we see this new beginning coming in. It's somebody that you have deep emotions for, and you feel like opening up and being emotionally available is going to lead to happiness. So I can clearly see that in the past you have been unhappy due to this ending. I do feel like a lot of you, you know, had a beginning with someone else, or you had a choice between a past person, the new person, and I feel like most of you chose to go with the new the past person here. Somebody that you had had an ending with, but it's somebody you're very passionate about. Now, if it wasn't a choice, like I said, between two, you know, I do feel like there is this stable new beginning, and it does look like it's somebody from your past. So let's see February for you. I do feel like you feel that you love somebody here. You're opening up your heart. You feel like it's bringing you back into your power, because we see in the past you were very single, but maybe not as happy as you would have liked to have been with regard to love. So let's look at February. Show me February for Pisces. hold on. I got to pick up those cards. All right, so we have the 8 of Swords reversed. We have the 2 of Cups in the upright. Now, your first card, I thought it was in the reverse. We have the 10 of Cups, and in your thoughts, that was in the reverse. So there's a reversal in the energy, the current energy that's happening here. We have the Chariot. We have Justice. 4 of Pentacles. The Tower reversed. 8 of Cups reversed. Knight of Cups. The Emperor reversed. And the Lovers in the upright. Again, a reversal of the energy because we have the Lovers reversed here. So, what I am seeing is that going into February, you might feel a little unbalanced. But I feel like you're very, and it looks more financial if I'm being completely honest. It feels like there's a lot of people that are expecting things from you, wanting things from you, possibly emotionally, but definitely it looks like financially. So, which would make a lot of sense because, you know, we just are coming off of the holidays and that kind of thing. But in the first week, I see you freeing yourself from that. It's almost like you're saying, I don't want to be obligated to anyone. I don't want to have to answer to anyone. So you're freeing yourself from that energy. And I feel like a lot of you are focusing on your own happiness here. I do see that there is this soulmate, the person that you did have an ending with is in your energy, and there are plans to move forward with that connection. I do feel like this person, for most of you, reached out to you. We see a stable new beginning, and I feel like you're very, very happy here in the first week of February. You could actually be traveling or taking a trip in the second week, and if so, I feel like you want to be very careful because there could be something that you narrowly avert, like some sort of financial, like short-term loss. So be careful if you are traveling in the second week, or because it does look like you're going to make the travel, but there could be something like you could have a breakdown of your car, or there could be some sort of a financial hit regarding that. Now, what I'm also seeing is that you're balancing out the situation. It's actually you're receiving good karma for things that you have done here in the past. I see you moving forward with this connection. I see you being very happy, and I see a lot of balance coming towards your life. There could be some sort of a legal implication that is still affecting this connection or affecting you. But it does look like it's going to turn out okay. In the middle of the month, you are a little bit guarded here. You're a little bit guarded, possibly about a legal issue or possibly with this person who has re-entered your life because you're trying to avoid another tower moment. I feel like, you know, when this relationship ended, I do feel like it did cause a tower moment. And so you're a little guarded here in the middle of the month. And I feel like it's just because you're wanting to make sure it doesn't lead to another, you know, disruption in this relationship. I do see that there could be in the third week of February, there could be some issues that are cropping up, things that maybe you or the other person was holding on to. Don't stress overly much about that because it does look like love conquers all in the situation. However, I do see somebody kind of carrying either a little bit of a grudge or just bringing in issues from the past. And I do feel like, you know, you don't want to deal with that. You're looking at this and you're saying, look, I don't want everything to crumble again. I want this built on a solid foundation. And so I do feel like you are basically trying to come in and conquer this with love. In the fourth week, if there is some issue with this other person, I do see an apology coming through. And there's also this energy in the fourth week of somebody bringing some sort of an offer of love to you. This could be an Aries or a Gemini, But what I'm seeing is that I see you walking away from the past, walking away from situations here that you've been long holding on to. I don't know if these are grudges or just problems from the past, because you're realizing that it's a choice, basically. You're realizing that if you don't let that go, if you don't handle this with love, it's going to lead to a destabilization. It's going to lead to the situation spinning out of control, and I feel like that's the last thing that you want. So I do see in that final week, there is some kind of a situation that you're dealing with, or a person perhaps that is being a little bit controlling. Now, here's the thing. They're being controlling, but they're doing it in a way that it's going to be difficult to comprehend, because they're doing it through, I feel like they actually do love you, but they're trying to control the situation, and it's going to lead you to a position where you're going to have to make a decision about something. The other thing I am seeing in that final week of February is that your decision here is going to be that love conquers all. So just be careful, because there is this energy of somebody trying to control the situation or the outcome. Whether they're aware of it, it almost appears that they are unaware of it, like it's a subconscious type of thing. All right, so let me see how you're showing up in this reading. All right, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you really do want to work this out with somebody from the past. I feel like there was some confusion, and that confusion has cleared up. You may have suspected that this person was coming in only for the sex at some point. But at this point in February, what I'm seeing here is that you're all in. You're investing in this. You're being very patient. You have this this idea that there's no one you would rather be with other than this person. Now, you do feel like there's been a sense of betrayal here in the past, and I do see you being very patient about the situation. Just be sure you're not sweeping things under the rug that do need to be worked out and resolved. I do see you having a lot of clarity, a very passionate new beginning, and I do see you investing heavily in this situation. So let's see who's coming towards you. Show me who is coming towards Pisces. Five of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So the person coming towards you does look like they are bringing in an apology. This is somebody who I do feel like you had a lot of conflict with. They're going to apologize for a lot of that. Again, I'm seeing the possibility of travel, so just be careful if you are traveling. But I'm also seeing that there's back and forth communication. This person is, almost all of their cards is about communicating. This person definitely does have feelings for you. They could be a little immature in the way they express those feelings, and that may cause conflict or may have caused conflict in the past. But I will say that this person, there's some back and forth communication that has either happened or will happen between you and this person. And it does look like it's going to create some conflict. And this person is then going to come forward, and there's going to be truth that is spoken here, because this person does have feelings and they do love you. So let me see. There's also, I do have to say, for some of you, somebody from, it could be this person from the past that you decided to not go with. For some of you, this person from the past is going to reach out to you as well. And I do feel like, you know, they're going to be trying to contact you. That could also lead to conflict. But I do feel like they're being honest and they're being direct with you. So I don't know what that's about. I definitely see both, though, for some of you. Why is the King of Swords here? So we have Spirit saying you have to communicate clearly. You have to communicate, you know, very honestly here. And I can see that the communication is something that is going to be very important. I also see that for some of you, there is a you know, inclination to want to push things under the rug in order to prevent, you know, a tower moment. So we have the Hermit, we have the Moon in reverse, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so Spirit is saying, you know, go within, find the answers. All the answers that you're seeking are going to be revealed, and it's going to be revealed through honest, clear communication. You might find out some things that's going to cause you to kind of pull back a little bit and think about things. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's everything that is being done, everything that's being revealed, everything that you are going within and finding answers to, all the communication, it's all working out for your better good. And things are going to be moving in a very positive direction. So I feel like that is really good energy. Let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of February. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of February. All right, so we have the Star card, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. What this is telling me is that by the end of February, somebody that you had been trying not to think about, you could have even kind of been ignoring this person, but they never completely left your mind. With this Four of Cups reversed, you always felt the love for them. That's why we have the World in reverse. It's showing me that, you know, that it was never completely over here. I see balance coming into this. I see this person approaching you. It could be a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, possibly an Aquarius. But what I'm seeing here is that this person is trying to balance this out. They're coming towards you, and they're offering commitment. They're offering, you know, to solidify this connection. This is somebody, though, that you tried to forget. You tried not to think about this person, but you were just unable to. I do see healing coming into that. I see balance coming into that. I also feel like you're going to be feeling far more hopeful. Is it going to completely come together by the end of the month? Well, for some of you, it might. But there could be family or close friends here, people within your community that may be disapproving of this connection. I don't think that's going to bother you in the least, because we see you heavily investing in this. We see this person coming towards you with this commitment and this stability, and that was one of the things that you were requiring in this connection. So I feel like you're going to be feeling extremely hopeful. Be careful with your money, because I do feel like while you're hopeful with the money, there could be some sort of a loss here. And it looks like it might be connected to travel. It doesn't have to be. It could also be connected to legal issues. Or it could just be something that, you know, is like it's been something ongoing, because there's a lot of people trying to you know, get money from you. I do see you working very hard. I see you being very hopeful about the situation, but it primarily looks like close friends or family are disapproving of this situation. I don't think it's going to affect you in one way or the other, because you basically are saying, I don't care what other people think, you know, I'm going to do what I want to do. And it does appear like this relationship is making you happy. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate to me that there are still things that need to be discussed here. Again, I'm getting that message not to sweep things under the rug. There are things that need to be addressed, things that need to be talked about. All right, so let's pull an oracle card, Pisces, and we will see if there's further advice. You have number 6, and it is called Rare Knowledge. Now, you notice that she's wearing a mask here, or she had been, and now the mask is off. The mask is in her hand. So, you know, there could have been during this period where you were not with this person, you were not talking with this person, there could have been, you know, one or both of you wearing a little bit of a mask. But we see where this energy is now coming into clarity and clear communication. So let me read this for you. Give me one moment. All right, so it says, you now have within you wisdom that many others have denied or destroyed, and it is for you to discover this, understand this, and to regrow this within the world. This ancient knowledge is simple in many ways, and it has been kept by the indigenous peoples of the planet. But there are people like you whose role it is to be a keeper of the wisdoms and to spread the seeds for future generations. Doing this will enhance your memory and your vitality and cultivate a sense of being here for a purpose. What you can do is to keep the sense of knowledge very simple and be very kind, and to see that many people are not ready to embrace the simplicity and beauty. This card also asks you to be open to making shifts and changes within your food sources, to become simple and to eat old foods that have been on the planet for a very long time. This change will help you to be straightforward and clear about who you are, and this process will see you beginning to reveal more and more of who you are, and as you grow older, you will become an inspiration to others. This will be because your vitality and your clear and simple wisdom will be a kind of beacon to others. You will be a person whom others feel is heartfelt and warm, calm and tranquil, yet highly impactful on the life of others, simply through your focus and your wisdom. All of the simple things, when this card comes, are the way through to higher wisdom. Wow. So even within the communication that you're having with this person, if you're trying to work things out, keep it simple. Okay? All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Pisces. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you are love, and namaste.